At some point, I came to the decision that I want to buy an apartment. How to do it in your own country is pretty clear. But how do you do it in another country? First, you need to understand which one. Where is the safest? After all, real estate is exactly about that. Where will you definitely not lose it or have it taken away for some political reasons? Where there is a clear rental system, you don't get brain damage over taxes, and understandable market growth. And preferably something that is convenient to pay and you don't have any problems with staying on the territory of the country. If you make comparison tables or consult ChatGPT or even ask a fortune teller for that matter, everything points to one obvious direction: Dubai. I've put together 5 different reasons as to why buying an apartment in Dubai just makes sense. Reason number 1 is full transparency of data. Any of you can look up data on every single real estate property and find things like how much it was bought for the first time, the price of each subsequent transaction with dates indicated, how much the property is worth now, and for how much the property can be rented out. That is, without any third-party help, absolutely for free, you yourself can analyze the market, calculate profitability, and make your own personal conclusion. Let's take a practical approach and do such an analysis right now. The first website is dxbinteract.com. We can look at analytics for different areas or buildings. For example, I enter Dubai Hills as an area as a whole, or I can select a specific building. Here, I choose the period and immediately see the average price and its growth over a selected period, the average price per square foot, and the number of transactions or how many times the property was sold. Using filters, I can choose sale or rent, type of property, and a bunch of small filters if desired. If you choose rent, then at the bottom you will be able to see much more information if you just register as a user, and even more data can be seen, but by real estate agents only. We'll deal with that later. But let's return to the sale filter. We choose the required parameters and scroll down. Here we have a list of properties. We choose the one we need and click details. And here it's just perfect. All the data on the property, and the most important thing, when and for how much it was bought. For example, this apartment, we do see that it was bought 5 times, and only the last one almost doubled in price. And you will be very surprised when studying different areas or different properties. This removes all the illusions and helps to really earn. Out of other interesting things, you can go here to More, Population growth, and see the population growth of Dubai. These are exactly the people who rent and generally influence the real estate prices, in addition to the huge flow of tourists. The second and the third websites are PropertyFinder.ae and Bayut.com. These are 2 more sources of analytics. You can also view both rent and sales. As for me, I think it's more convenient to look at rent here. You enter the area, community or building, property type, filter, and study the properties. Already with this analytics, you will be able to understand a rough estimate of prices and will be able to double-check any real estate agents. And yes, you should know that you won't be able to buy any property without a real estate agent. It's just the way it works here. So, when you want to buy or sell real estate in Dubai, just leave a request in the video description or use the QR code here. The guys will answer all your questions and help you select the right property. And yes, for each agent you can check the license. This is what it looks like. And this should be the first action when you work with a broker. Reason number 2, the economic and political stability of Dubai. Dubai ranks 3rd in the ranking of the safest cities in the world. Abu Dhabi is the first place, literally just around the corner. This is especially important for families with children. There is an excellent healthcare system in Dubai, a high level of education, and an international environment. In short, everything you need for life with children. The number of political conflicts in Dubai? 0. Real estate is fully your property and the laws are strictly followed here. The stability of the local currency, the dirham. Over the past 10 years, the exchange rate of the dirham to the US dollar has remained practically unchanged. To make a parallel as far as stability is concerned, Dubai goes hand in hand with a place like Switzerland. Reason number 3, taxes. And this is an extremely pleasant bonus. There is no personal income tax, no capital gains tax, and no rental tax for individuals. So you just do everything transparently and don't have to worry about every single payment. And renting out an apartment is official income that can be shown for a mortgage or anywhere else where source of funds is required. Write in the comments what taxes are usually paid on apartment rental if everything is done transparently. And check out what others will write. Reason number 4 is payment flexibility and interest-free installments. The most popular format of buying an apartment is off-plan. This is when you pay approximately 20% at the start of sales, and the remaining part is paid after the keys are handed over. Moreover, the payments are often stretched over a period of 1 to 4 years after getting the apartment. Each case is individual, however. Everything can be done remotely. You can pay in cash and crypto. As a result, you will receive all the contracts, and in a separate app, your property will be displayed. Reason number 5, quality of real estate. When buying an apartment, you're not only getting a flat with the agreed squared meters. Basically, it always includes one parking lot, a swimming pool, a gym, and since there's a huge competition between developers and even individual properties, everybody tries to add as much as possible. Co-working zones, cinemas, barbecues, game rooms, children areas, etc., etc. And if you compare the cost per square meter in other developed countries, you will be very surprised. Just keep the fact about taxes in mind, and the conclusion will be very obvious. I intentionally showed different formats of evaluation, but the essence is quite clear. And now some not very obvious, pleasant bonuses when buying real estate in Dubai. Obtaining a residence permit for 2 years when purchasing property from $205,000 and for 10 years from $545,000. They also make it possible to obtain visas for your family members. Safety is everything. There's literally no crime here. You never think at all that something could be stolen or that something could happen to your property. And having looked at these 5 reasons, where is it the most advantageous to buy property right now? If not Dubai, then where? Let me know in the comments.